Hello, friends. Welcome back to Sunday Shenanigans with me, your host, Trevor Stewart 1308, and we are here with the ASOC Prod Cat and the Peanut Gallery. Hi, guys.
Hello.
And we would normally be playing along with Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, but instead of that, they have an NPR Plus exclusive episode of something like Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. It looks interesting.
Okay.
We'll get into that after I do the ad read. Today's pre-rolls brought to you by The Hidden Leaf, downtown Charlottesville, 105 West Main Street, on the downtown mall, above the bricks, Suite 200, a great place to go with some great buds to get some great buds, eh, bud? And the only thing better than their bud is their customer service. You can find them on Instagram at The Hidden Leaf. You can also find our other two sponsors on Instagram, Kush Gang Snacks at KG Snacks 434 and Firehouse, spelled with a Z, at Firehouse, spelled with a Z. A note of disclaimer. You will probably hear some political opinions expressed on the show today. Those opinions belong to the expresser of the opinion, the channel, and or possibly the parent company, but do not necessarily belong to any of our sponsors, including The Hidden Leaf, Kush Gang, and Firehouse. Yeah, and that's the ad read for today.
Okay.
Yep. So, let's take a look at this. And today's episode, in today's bonus episode, Wait, Wait visual host Emma Choi puts more listener questions to Peter Segal. How has hosting Wait Wait improved Peter as a person? What's Peter's most memorable birthday gift? Have any of the predictions from the end of the show come true? We get answers to those and other questions in part 2 of our Peter Ask Me Anything.
Okay.
So, yep. That is today's episode. Apparently, they don't have a fresh episode for us. And don't forget, we are running a fundraiser, a charity stream today for National Public Radio, because their federal funding has been cut. So, please do donate to National Public Radio here or at your local station. So, all of those predictions we made about what's going to be on today's show, not going to be on today's show.
Nope. Not any of them.
However, I bet we're going to cover a bunch of them next week.
Oh, yeah.
So.
If anyone ever wanted to question the, because Wait Wait is usually done on, Thursday night and released on Friday morning?
Thursday night. I don't know if it's released on Friday morning. I think it's usually done Thursday night and then released Saturday morning.
Either way, it's usually released prior to when we play on Sunday, and prior to when we're doing our guesses on what's going to be on the show on Saturday.
Yeah.
So if anyone ever has a question about whether or not we've looked ahead and we're just making guesses because we know what's actually going to be there, this is proof that we don't bother to do that because that's too much trouble.
Right. Too much effort. We're lazy.
We're going to make our guesses and see what happens because that's way more fun.
It is. It's a lot more fun just to experience life as it comes at you. Or something.
And on the note of that particular phrase, did you know that there is a children's Ferris Bueller's Day Off book?
No, I did not.
I didn't either until I was browsing and looking for something completely different and came across it.
I mean, I can see how that could work as a children's book, kind of. But I feel like the underlying message there is not one you want to be giving children. It's something you want to wait until they're a little older and adulthood is starting to really loom.
Until they're at least as old as the kids in the movie supposedly were.
Yeah, you know, 16, 17. I mean, yeah, you could watch it earlier and enjoy it, but it's really at the end of high school, when you're getting to the end of high school, and, you know, adulthood is right around the corner, and you're looking at life going, you know, I'm not gonna have time to enjoy these things later. I better do it now.
Well, I mean, in the start of the movie, they talk about how Ferris is going to be going to college next year. So,
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, I happened to be at the bookstore with my sister when I found this, and I showed it to her, and she looked at me and said, "No, you cannot give that to my child."
Yeah, no. No.
I fully intend to go back, buy the book, wait till next year when she's forgotten about it, and then send it to him.
Make sure he's just a little bit older and can, like, almost grasp it.
Oh, no, just waiting for him to be able to actually read all of the words.
Nice.
Because he's only 4. He's just learning to read. I'm going to give him a whole year to learn more. I never, ever, ever promised that I would not do my utmost to corrupt any nephews and nieces that I have. And she knows this.
Dick move, Banner. Dick move.
First cats and Pokemon, then reading.
Applause. Applause. I like that. Well, all right. Have you guys clicked on the thing? Are you ready to start listening?
Hang on. Thing has been clicked.
All right.
Following message come from Allianz Travel Insurance. You're so excited to finally make it to Ireland, but the stomach bug you caught in Dublin wasn't exactly on your bucket list. Benefits like emergency medical coverage can have your back. Learn more at AllianzTravelInsurance.com.
That stomach bug.
Hey, it's Peter Sagal. We are almost at the end of 2020.
What was that?
That stomach bug had you doubling over.
Oh. Wrong. Dublin.
Everybody at NPR and at your local stations and in public media and say the news. And here at Wait, are so grateful about supporting
NPR and WBEZ Chicago. This is Wait, Don't Tell Me, the NPR News Quiz. I'm the gift you get for the person who has everything. Alzo Slade. And here's your host at the Studebaker Theater in the Fine Arts Building in Chicago, Illinois, Peter Sagal.
Thank you, Alzo, and thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for being with us. Well, everybody, we made it. We made it through 2025, a year that began with terrible apprehension about the future and has ended the exact same way.
My motto is, instead of worrying about what's about to happen, enjoy some things that already did.
So, this hour, we're going to relish the great things we got to do in 2025, such as talking to the legendary sportscaster Bob.
This episode is only available to users with NPR Plus. If you have NPR Plus benefits, make sure you're logged in with the same email as your Plus account. If not...
It wants me to log in with my NPR Plus, and apparently I am not logged in with my NPR Plus.
Right.
Well, this is a bummer.
I know. It is.
We're definitely not going to rewatch the... All right. Oh, here we go. Here's the part 1 of that same episode.
Okay, that works.
Comes from Harvard Business School exec.
Hey, it's Peter Sagal. And of some of the things we do. Wait. Okay, here is the bonus.
% off unlimited premium busy availability.
Alert live agents. /wait.
Research into 5 insights with Acrobat. Support for this podcast and the following message help you get unstuck.
Handle dinner with Chef. Go to Cook Unit.
Hello, Emma. How are you?
What was that?
That's not confusing at all.
Yeah. Wow. All right, ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
Like we're trying to listen to a commentary record in an earthquake.
It feels like it.
I'm good. I'm excited because we're here for another Peter AMA Ask Me Anything.
Yes, not Peter American Medical Association, which I thought it was the first time we did it, and I was excited for my late mother. But anyway, we've got it all cleared up. It's Ask Me Anything, so that would be me, the me reference. So let's go.
Okay, so we asked you, our listeners, for your questions for Peter about anything, and we got a ton of them. Thanks to everyone who left a voicemail or submitted a question through Instagram. Some of them are about the show, some are personal, and some of them are just kind of fun and weird, but it's gonna be great.
Fun and weird. Okay, let's do it.
So, in no particular order, this is the first one. This question came through Instagram from @PollyPocketKid. Question is, if you had to listen to one song only for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Wow. What's funny is that is almost literally true right now, because my 3-year-old, almost 3-year-old,
Baby
loves
Shark.
Wheels on the Bus.
Wheels on the Bus.
That's a classic.
It is a classic, and it's gotten to the point where he's very musical. He loves music of all kinds, and he likes to go to music class. And I'm always saying,
they have changed Wheels on the Bus recently.
No?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Those tires would have gone flat by now.
Yeah. It's the what I remember is the wheels on the bus go round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round. All the livelong day, or all through the day.
Right.
It's all through the town.
Depends on who's singing it. It goes back and forth, and there's another version where it's not all through the town, and it's not all the livelong day. It's down every road.
Down every road. Okay.
I've heard all day long.
Yep.
All day long.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Rachel, we're a Miss Rachel household here.
Not a Miss Frizzle?
Miss Frizzle is good. Miss Rachel is better for little teeny people.
Yeah, we're not quite at Miss Frizzle age. But and Miss Rachel, there are a lot of songs, children's songs, that Miss Rachel sings ever so slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
The first one that hit me was the alphabet. I was really surprised by how different the alphabet song is.
Where she breaks up the middle, so it's LMNOP. And she's breaking up the letters.
There's that, and then there's the end. I don't remember what she says, but it's not, now I know my ABCs, won't you sing with me? Mm-hmm. It's something else.
In all honesty, blame, quote unquote blame, children's book authors. Because if you go look for the Wheels on the Bus at a bookstore, and you will find 25 different versions of the Wheels on the Bus, and half of them are going to have, all the livelong day or all through the town.
Mm-hmm.
But then the other half of them are going to have just drastically different ways to say it.
Yep.
It's the same with the ABCs.
You know what I blame? I blame intellectual property law.
Oh.
That's what I blame. I blame the people who licensed Happy Birthday and changed everything. That's who I blame.
That's fair, I suppose.
Well, I'm guessing that's why. That's why.
I mean, when did Happy Birthday get licensed?
Probably around 16 years old.
Thank you, dear.
Think it was early 1900s.
All right, so it's that license is probably run out by now.
Maybe. I think they renewed it.
You can't.
That's because the licensing. Well, this would be something worth looking up, so that we don't get this information wrong. I know that you're still not supposed to use the Happy Birthday song because it's still under license. Which is why so many restaurants started moving over to happy birthday to you. You know, that awful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Many poop is public domain this year.
We went over that yesterday.
Let's see.
So is Sam Spade.
Nope, it's July of this last year. It was declared to be in the public domain.
You can sing the real Happy Birthday song again, everybody. That's amazing.
Let's see.
But yeah, it is. I feel like it's that kind of thing. That, that is especially the Disney extensions to IP that have made it so that we have to alter these children's songs that
All right.
in past times would have been considered traditionals and therefore in public domain almost automatically.
Mm-hmm.
But because we live in a capitalist society, they are not.
There's an entire court case over this where they challenged the legality of that copyright.
The Happy Birthday copyright?
Yeah.
And how did it go?
Let's see, 2015, it was ruled that it was invalid. The original copyright was only covered a specific piano arrangement of the melody, not the lyrics or the tune itself.
See, that's how a lot of this is supposed to be. A lot of it is supposed to be the arrangement and the recording.
Mm-hmm.
And the writer-producer, or the writer credits, the art credits, all die out pretty quick. Like, you get them while you're alive, and maybe for 20 years after, I think is what it originally was.
It was.
And then fair use of a song was, as long as you didn't use the arrangement and credited the original writer, you could do a cover.
So, it was originally written in 1893. The first time that the lyrics appeared in print was in 1924.
Aha. And that's what
It
they
was not
copyrighted.
until 1935 that someone registered for the copyright.
Okay.
And then they tried to... They basically held that copyright hostage up until 2013, when someone made a documentary about the song itself, and they were told, well, you need to pay the licensing fees for that, and they're like, no, we don't. Took them to court and won in 2016, resulting in the people that were holding the copyright at the time having to pay out some $14 million to those that had paid licensing fees for it.
Wow. I'm,
So
I really am not about... I'm about public domain and fair use, and like, I know it's like, I believe that artists should get remuneration for their creations, and get remuneration in perpetuity to some degree.
yes,
I also believe that once art's created and released, it's out there for the world to use.
that's the point of art.
And so it's sort of, I walk this thin line as a producer who wants my artists to make money, but also as someone who doesn't believe in who doesn't believe in putting art behind a paywall.
The original, you've got copyright on this for 20 years was a little bit short, because people are living longer than that.
Right.
When it got bumped up to, you've got it for 50 years after, that was a pretty decent amount.
Yeah.
But extending it so that you and your heirs have copyright over that for 100 years
No.
is...
It
leaves the realm of making sure that you are provided for by the works that you've done, and has entered to the area of greediness.
Yeah. I mean, the 20 years after you die, after the creator dies, made sense to me.
Yeah.
And the being able to renew the copyright as long as the creator was alive made sense to me.
That makes sense. I can see phrasing it that way, Freddie wrote the song, Freddie sang the song, Freddie has the copyright on the song the entire time that Freddie's alive, and the estate has it for 20 years afterwards.
Right.
That's fair.
Right. And it's sort of like, so that for that 20 years, whatever it is, doesn't get used for something that the estate doesn't want it used for. Like, there's the other part about the rights that I kinda do believe in, and that's that, like, because I've seen a lot of stuff get used for stuff that it's like, no, that just hurts my soul. Especially watching Trump's administration co-opt these songs, and these songs wouldn't even be in public domain by my definition, but they are. But he's co-opted them anyway, and they are not in public domain yet anyway. But it's still,
the number of
I can see artists being like do not use my art for that. Or people, the estate of the artist going, they would not have liked their art used for that. So I get that part of it makes a lot of sense to me. But that's kind of it's the emotional part of it, not the monetary part of it, that I get behind.
True, but all right. Unfortunately, though, that emotional part does end up tying back to monetary.
It can.
Because usually when you've got the instance of someone using somebody else's art in a way that they don't approve of, they're doing it specifically because they recognize that art is well thought of, well known, well loved, well whatever, and it is what is going to catch the attention of the most people and generate funds for them for whatever it is that they are doing. Be it
funds or
fundraising
attention. Or attention. It's not always about money.
But it is, especially now, where you click on it and you're getting paid for your clicks.
I mean, kind of, yes. But also no. Let's take the example of the Trump ICE raids using music that the artists didn't like. Yes, some of that is about getting clicks and raising funds, and some of it is just straight up propaganda. And it's not about the money. It's about presenting a certain image. It's about sending a certain message. They are using it because of the clout that those artists have, because they're recognizable. And yes, there is getting money involved, but getting money isn't the goal of the campaign, of the advertising campaign there. The goal of the advertising campaign is to change public perception.
It's not the main goal, but it is definitely a factor in a large number of things that happen.
I'm not saying that changing public perception is the only time that is used. Like, it is used for money. Obviously, the first time I heard, what's her name? I can picture her. She sang with Big Brother and the Holding Company. Her album, Janis Joplin. First time I heard Janis Joplin singing on a car commercial. You know? That or Led Zeppelin on a car commercial, my heart just went, oh, my childhood. Ow. Yeah. And that was for money. That was purely monetary gain for the car companies. It was not to alter perception for some political gain. So that is a thing that happens. I'm just saying that it also plays out to be monetary, for monetary gain, or not for monetary gain, but for perception, for gaining the public goodwill. Cheese and crackers.
Anyway, back to the not show that we were watching.
Right.
We're saying to him, hey, let's listen to some music, and I'm putting on all kinds of music, hoping that, he'll bounce, and he'll yell, no, wheels on the bus. So I can say that I am both living that dream/nightmare, and that the answer to the question is anything from Wheels on the Bus. I don't know. I've never thought about that. I have like a lot of favorite songs that I love. Some famous, some obscure, but I can't imagine having to only listen to one for the rest of my life.
It doesn't have to be the song, Peter. Just a song. What's a song you wouldn't mind?
A song.
Yeah.
Here's a song that I love that not many people know about, so I'm just going to say it so people go listen to it, even though I think that if I listened to it all the time, I would get sick of it. Yeah. It's called A Little Bit of Everything by the band Dawes, Dawes.
Right.
Can I say one more thing? And I say,
yeah, sure.
Like the song that right now I cannot get enough of, like literally, like if it comes on, I will stop and listen to the whole thing and often end up with tears in my eyes.
Oh.
You ready for this? Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yep.
Everyone loves that song.
It's a great song. It is like
That's great.
To me, it's like the defying gravity of 2025. It is like a song for all the nerds and.
For me, the song that I could probably listen to for the rest of my life, if it was only that song, only ever that song, ever again. Which is very difficult because listening to any song makes me want to hear another song. Mm-hmm. I think it would be... This is hard. This is hard because there are, like I said, a lot of songs, and one song makes me want to listen to another. I think there are 3 songs that I could see it being. The bagpipe version of Amazing Grace. Jethro Tull, either Locomotive Breath or Aqualung. Or Dead Can Dance, The Wind That Shakes the Barley. One completely instrumental song, one completely vocal song, and then the other 1, 2 are rock songs. Although I guess you could also throw in any song off of the album Void Dweller by Eon. And those would be any of those, and that would be my techno song that I could listen to for the rest of my life. What about you?
Fair enough.
Ooh. Or Rakim by Dead Can Dance. Either Rakim or Wind That Shakes the Barley.
I tend to be very mood driven for music listening, so I would absolutely not be happy with one song forever.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I'd also be inclined to make my own music.
Yeah.
Because that's just something I do.
One of the top ones though that I would have is a song called Rocks. Oh, let me pull up who it's by. I know who it's by, but I always get it wrong. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Life of Dylan.
Life of Dylan.
Rocks by Life of Dylan. Fire by Barnes Courtney. Sticks and Stones by Sir.
Okay.
And Renegades, Rebels, and Rogues by Tracy Lawrence.
Okay.
Those are ones that are always in my playlist for when I am driving or doing things that I will sit and sing to while working. There's other things that come and go on the playlist, but those are the ones that are pretty much always there.
I get that. Yeah, I don't listen to a lot of music these days. I'm listening to the news most of the time. And most of the time these days when I am listening to music, it's in preparation for DJ streams, for DJing. Mm-hmm. So my relationship with music has changed completely.
I get that.
So the thought of what song would I listen to, it's sort of like, I don't know. My brain just isn't in that mode at the moment.
Peanut Gallery, anything you wish to contribute?
Diggy hole.
I mean things just to get a reaction.
What? You gotta say that again.
I said the only things I can think of at the moment are meme things, specifically to get a reaction.
Haha. Okay. Then we will press play and move along. We are not the droids you are looking for. Move along. Move along.
Yes.
Nerds and losers like I, let's just say, was, and I just think it's great.
Well, I'm so happy for you, Peter.
Thank you.
We can put that as a joint choice.
It's a good choice.
Okay, next question, okay?
Yes.
This question comes from Brooke Glassclow, and the question is, which guest has surprised you in the most good or bad way?
One of the great things about what we do, and Emma, you should know this as well as anybody because you help us do it, is when we get something surprising. We always want to get something surprising from our guests. And sometimes that's as simple as hearing them express something about themselves that you didn't expect. I love it when very serious people show up and have a sense of humor. That makes me really happy because, it's nice to know that. I'm trying to think of like the most surprising thing that anybody has got. Oh, I have to think
Bob
of
Costas.
Something, Emma, that you were absolutely key to, which was when, not so much when they surprised us, but when we surprised them. And that's when we had RZA, if I'm not mistaken. It was RZA.
Oh, I knew you were going to say RZA.
This was truly one of the great moments in our history. And I think, if I may be so bold, in Emma's career, when we had RZA from Wu-Tang Clan, musical genius, right? And we were asking him about the usual things you might talk to RZA about, which is Staten Island and hip-hop and so on and so forth. And I said to him, we heard, you are into so many things and so good at many of them, but we did hear you have an unexpected enthusiasm, tell me if it's true, for HGTV.
Yeah, who told you that?
I have a very talented producer whose job it is to research our guests, and until this very moment, I thought she was pranking me.
Nah, that's like me and my wife's favorite pastime,
And I love it when they say something about themselves that nobody knew because they didn't know that anybody else knew it. And that always makes
Which is
me
so
happy.
weird because it was on People's Magazine, 10 Things You Don't Know. That's like my favorite source when I'm doing guest research.
Really?
It's on People Magazine. And I heard that, I'm like, Rizzo, you've said this before. But it's
I
great
have a
for us that
feeling
you
that
forgot.
I have a feeling that when you're talking, when you're like somebody like Rizzo, who's as famous as he is and has been for as long as he has been, he's kind of forgotten what he's confessed, which nonetheless makes it just as delightful when we get him to confess it again.
Next question. This one's from Edwin McGovern. What do you feel has changed the most about the show over the years?
Thankfully not me. Well, although I have in my own way. No,
you've grown.
Yeah, I've grown. I think I've grown. I've matured. The way it's changed, quite seriously, is the fact that we have wonderful, newer people on the show, including yourself, Emma, who I can never get over, is actually younger than the show. Which,
only a year.
I know, only a year, but still. And as well as other producers on the show and panelists on the show who are so great at knowing things and seeing things and saying things that I simply can't know or see or say. And I honestly believe that if this show...
I think one of my favorite changes in the time that I've been listening to the show heavily, this is just one of my favorite changes, but one of my favorite changes is, oh gosh, all of a sudden his name just slid out of my brain. Bobcat Goldthwait. Bringing on Bobcat Goldthwait.
Oh, yeah. I like him.
He's been one of my favorite additions to the show. Now, I do love a lot. I've really enjoyed all the new panelists. You know, I've really enjoyed who they've gotten as panelists, and I think they do a great job of getting panelists. But when they started bringing him on, that was so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Jessamy Crystal. Much love. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday.
Oh, fair warning. If Maddie shows up, I have an archaeology question.
Okay. If Maddie shows up, you have an archaeology question.
Yes.
Yes, if Maddie shows up, she's going to be a raider of the archaeology.
Yes, I am. I appreciate having people that do things so I can ask them questions when they occur to me.
I get it. I'm right there with you.
I want your expert opinion.
Right? That's why I like having experts around me. That's why I like surrounding myself with experts.
Well, why doesn't anybody want to be a current pert? Everybody wants to be an expert, but no one wants to be a current pert.
Dear, your alerts are showing.
We need more of them.
Everybody needs to be alert. We need more alerts in the world. Now, as far as being a current pert, I'd say my A-cups do nice.
Pert.
They're pert.
He said that. Pert and perky.
Especially for my age.
Remind me to send you the book about the plump and perky turkey. It is absolutely clean, absolutely a kid's book, but
plump and perky turkey.
You sit there reading
timing.
Yep.
Okay, I'm pressing play. We're getting out of this now.
It's just me. God forbid. It would have faded away long ago because, I've only got so many things.
What was that?
You don't want to know.
Things to say. But having these people come in, especially thanks to, the producers who book guests, and our producer Jennifer Mills, who's always looking for new talent for our panel, it is great. It is a wonderful feeling for me when I'm on stage to look to my left and see some amazing new talented person who I don't know well yet, but I can be confident that is going to be surprising and weird and funny. And I am usually just as delighted and surprised by them as we hope our audience is. So that's the thing that's changed, is I think we've expanded without any, this to our
awesome.
OG panelists, many of whom still are on the show, like Tom Bodette, the week we're speaking. It's always great to hear from these new people who are generally awesome.
Yeah, I think so too. That's nice. All right, next question. Here's a question from Ashley VDL. What hobby or sport did you try but fail miserably at?
Oh God, we don't have enough time.
I know, I was gonna say.
Because
you told me some of these stories.
Because I am what's the word? Both athletically and artistically limited, and also I have terrible ADHD. So I will get very enthusiastic about something for a little while, and then just immediately give it up. My garage is filled with sports equipment for stuff I didn't pursue. And gosh, things that I have tried over the years but gave up on. I was a bread baker for a while. I haven't done that in a long time.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Was that during the pandemic?
No, actually. I was a bread baker long before the pandemic. I was already failed at that by the time the pandemic came around. I've tried surfing, I've tried soccer, and I've tried golf, God help me, and none of those things have stuck.
Running stuck,
and it's interesting to me, out of all the things I've tried in my whole life, especially in terms of athletics, which I was never very good at, the one thing I've been consistent at is running, and I'm not quite sure why. I think it's because, maybe there's a phrase, actually, which I use in the book I wrote about running, which is those who can't play sports run. Those who can't run long. And that's basically it. It's the great athletic pursuit for people with no athletic talent.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
that
true.
makes
One of the
sense.
other great things about running is you don't have to apply yourself mentally, which I might have also said I have difficulty with. So you just get up and go.
I hate running. I am not a runner. I have too much upper body weight and too much knee damage and ankle damage to run. It is not fun for me. There is just no way, even if I use those curved shoes that are supposed to reduce impact. Nah. You're still slamming 100 pounds down on, at least 100 pounds, 100 plus pounds down on these joints at every step. No matter how I do it, it's still just too much weight to put on that. And it always has been, and it always hurts. It always makes my knees and ankles just absolutely hate me. Which is why I do not run unless I am being chased by something scarier than me.
Fair.
But not so much scarier that I just give up. If it's too much scarier than me, I won't run. I will just stand there and die in that moment instead of dying tired later.
There's a lot to be said for that mindset of, I don't want to get eaten when I'm exhausted.
Right? If I have the opportunity to do something before I die, it's not gonna be run.
Cardio is healthy for you. Not if it tires me out, so I just die exhausted. That's not
Right.
the point.
I don't.
See, I take the shortcut for cardio. I take the short version of cardio. Car.
Ha! There you go. I get my cardio. It's not that I don't get my cardio. My DJ streams, I dance for 4 to 6 hours. I get my cardio.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a big difference. No,
There
if I
isn't.
have the opportunity to do something before I die, it's going to be drink. It's going to be drink alcohol. Drink very strong alcohol, lots of it, very quickly. Because if I have the opportunity to die drunk, I'm gonna.
I mean, at that point, it's a case of, I know the end is here, there is no point.
Right. I know the end is here. This is one of the things I miss the most. Let me do this last thing now before I die.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Never forget what the great Jason Nesbitt said. Never give up. Never surrender.
Is there more to that?
Jason Nesbitt, not Mike Nesbitt.
Jason Nesbitt.
Right. Mike Nesbitt is of the Monkees. It's like, this does not track with the Monkees.
Hit play.
Galaxy Quest. Come on, people.
Right. Not the Monkees.
Okay, well,
Not
speaking
even
of
the
running,
Seamonkey.
this question came through Instagram through Megan Saves the Day. When you run, do you listen to music, podcasts, or just your thoughts? And don't say, wait, don't tell me.
In the book I wrote about running, I will reference it again. I write rather
Shameless
passionately that I think people should not be listening to anything when they run, which more than anything else I said in the book, including my call for the sacrifice of firstborn to the god Baal, brought back a lot of pushback. People are like, I have to listen to something, it's so boring. And my argument has been like, we spend all of our days pumping other people's thoughts into our heads. Somebody listening to this right now is doing that. And believe me, I am not saying this from a position of like superiority. I do it all the time. And so I argue and generally believe that it's important to take a moment of the day, and running is a good time to do it, to just be alone with your thoughts. See what's been in there. See if anything comes out rather than constantly blocking the exits by pumping things in, if you follow the metaphor.
Yeah.
So that's what I argue. That's what I
Convoluted, but I
believe.
get it.
And when I do that, I benefit from it in just the way that I recommend. My thoughts flow. I sometimes come up with interesting or creative ideas or perspectives, or I just end up more relaxed than I otherwise were. Do I still sometimes run with headphones and listen to the day's news podcast or whatever? Yes, because I am, like everybody else, I'm sort of an addict for distraction. I mentioned the ADHD. But I will say that the times when I do put
Chris
them
in the
away
386.
and run with
Good to
just
see ya.
the air in my ears, it's always better. And maybe what I need to do is listen to this once it's edited and recorded and put in the podcast feed to remind myself of that, but of course not listen to it while running.
Yeah, if you're listening to this right now and you're running, turn it off.
Yes.
Or stop running. Do one.
People a lot of times say to me, they say, Peter, I read your book and I think you're right about, and I'm sorry to say that I do listen to things when I'm running. I listen to your show. And I say, well, you have a special dispensation. You are allowed to listen to that.
Yeah, literally. Don't listen to anything except for it's our show.
Listen to our
Don't
show.
forget to like and subscribe.
And if it's a long run and it extends beyond the show, listen to it again for the nuance.
Exactly. Okay, Peter, this one came in through the voicemail.
I do spend not like a long amount of time alone with my thoughts every day, but there's time I spend alone with my thoughts every day, and then there are times when I spend an extended amount of time alone with my thoughts, just thinking, not listening to anything, not like the news is turned off. You know, I'm just in my own head, letting the thoughts happen. And I do think that is very healthy. I think it's good to have that time to look inside, to see what's going on, and to deal with the stuff that needs to be dealt with, to do the shadow work, as they say. I don't think I could do that while running. Exercising. I can't do that while exercising of any kind. Bodily movement requires so much of my conscious awareness that I can't. I can't. I can have something on in the background that I'm not quite listening to, or fully listening to, fully engaged with. But I can't fully engage with thoughts while doing something physical, or else my body will not continue to function as it's like, I will trip over stuff, I will miss steps, I will forget to breathe, I won't run in a straight line, I will veer off in a direction,
you will suddenly be rolling your ankle in holes that are not there.
Right. I will roll my ankles or bend my knee in the wrong direction and hurt my ankle or knee more. I'll do something that will hurt my body. I have to keep my mind on my body doing the activity exactly as it's supposed to be done, in order for my body not to just randomly do some questionable stuff that leads me to injury.
Yeah. I learned at a very early age that there are certain tasks or things that I'm doing where I need to have just a tiny bit of my brain distracted so that the rest of me can actually do the task. Because if I don't have that minor distraction in the background, it is all going to go very wrong.
You're going to be too distracted by your own thoughts.
Well, the scariest
that's what
one
it is for me.
The scariest one happened when I was taking my brother to work one day, and his he had bought this van, and the radio had gone out in it.
Oh.
So there was, he was half, well, he wasn't half asleep. He had been asleep and he had just woken up. Because I was going to work early in the morning. He'd take a nap in the van until I got off 2 hours later, and then I'd take him to work.
Okay.
So he'd ride in, he was catching a nap waiting for me to get off. And, so picked him up, went to work, had a normal day, went back later to pick him up from work and came home. And on the way home, he realized, because there was no sound in the car, and he was watching me, he realized that because I didn't have external distraction, I was creating my own distraction and was managing to effectively project and read favorite passages of books while driving. Yes, because he was watching me and he could tell that I was reading something on the windshield and he couldn't see what it was, and he's like, what book are you reading in your head right now? And I answered, because he wasn't wrong. He's like, yeah, I'm bringing the boombox tomorrow and turning on the radio because this is not a good thing.
No, not safe.
And I didn't realize I was doing it because I was on the roads near home where I was really familiar with them.
You were on autopilot.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
And
I get it.
So the radio in the van stayed dead for a long while but he got a whole bunch of batteries and the portable CD player and plugged it in, and it's like, okay, we're having music now.
That's, that's one of those ADD things. That's just one of those ADD things, like the need to have music or noise, something to keep you from getting distracted.
Mm-hmm. Because if there's not an external distraction, your brain will provide one for you.
Right. Right. And that's, I think that's part of why I need noise to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I need that. Like, I won't, my thoughts will just become too loud and I won't be able to fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if I have external noise, especially the drone of British voices,
uh-huh,
I can go right to sleep.
I do understand that one. It doesn't need to be on all night long to keep you asleep, but to let you. All right, for you. For me, it doesn't.
Yeah, because I do kind of. I wake up throughout the night, even if it's not wake up completely. I wake up somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't have the continuation of that noise, the thoughts will wake me the rest of the way up.
One thing, I was informed by someone that may or may not actually know brain science and anthropology stuff, and their opinion on people like you and I that do that kind of thing is that it is a trait left over from the dawn of civilization, and that our kind of people were the ones that would be up as guards overnight.
Yes. I mean, I am a nocturnal person in general. Like, my body is not happy with trying to be a daytime person, even though my schedule is solidly daytime set now.
Mm-hmm.
I have a hard time falling asleep in a completely dark room.
Mm-hmm.
I need some light. I fall asleep just fine to blue light and stay asleep just fine to blue light.
Yeah.
Yellow light less so.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm definitely would have been the overnight guard.
Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, that makes some sense with how we react to stuff.
Yeah. Woo-ha. That hit had a hit in it.
Enjoy your cardio.
All right. Back to the show.
All right.
Mail inbox. This is Butch from Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay.
If you had to cast yourself in a Hollywood movie about the history of Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, what actor working in Hollywood today would you cast as yourself? Thanks.
Danny DeVito.
I love this question.
It depends. Let me think. So if, like, these days, I should be played, depending on, like, how I'm doing in life and in physical health, I would be played either by Stanley Tucci if I'm doing well, or Jason Alexander if not so much. Okay? All my life.
You can't just choose bald men,
Yeah,
dude.
bald men. Well, you know, I mean, it is true. They can do hair pieces. I think if you were going to do, like, the early days, I don't know. Who's, like, I mean, like, you know, Josh Gad is too old now, maybe.
Did you have hair in the early days?
I had. This is actually kind of funny. I've been balding for pretty much my entire life since I turned like 19 or so. But for many years, I would bald just from more than anybody wanted to know. I balded like a lot of men do from the middle of the back of my head outward, meaning sort of like a monk's tonsure naturally grew.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Leaving, and this is the key thing, a little fringe of hair at the front. A little bit.
No.
I know.
Oh, God.
And because of that, when I looked in the mirror, because I can't see the back of my head, I would see some hair. Not a lot, but some. But the thing was, to everybody else, I looked ridiculous because I was bald except for this little tuft or two tufts of hair. And your friend and mine, Doug Berman, used to make fun of me for this. He's our founder and benevolent
And has
overlord.
a great head of hair.
And has a great head of hair. Urgent Haircut Productions, he calls his company. And one day, he actually gave me as a present a college T-shirt. What's the college? Tufts.
Oh.
And I have this very vivid memory. I know that we're completely off topic of the answer to the question. I have this very vivid memory. It was around 2003 or 4, right? So not that long into the show, but it had been going on. And we were in Las Vegas. And I realized he was right, that I was fooling myself. It was time to embrace who I am. And I went to a barber and I said, I would like you to remove these tufts, please, and just cut the hair back and just let me be finally.
Why do you need a
what I
barber
am
for
and who I
that?
am.
You
And
just
I remember
need
the barber
clippers.
saying to me, "It's going to be fine." He knew that it was a good thing for me to do, but an emotional thing for me to do. But getting back to the question, who would I cast as myself? I don't know, man.
I like
if
Stanley
I was
Tucci
casting
and
it,
Jason Alexander. Those are good
Tom
answers.
Cruise, maybe. No,
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the same thing.
I know. Thank you.
Similar
I was
in
going to
height.
ask you, Emma, but I'm just
yes,
terrified
there's
of the
that.
answer, so I don't know.
And Tom
Well, I
Cruise
was
can
gonna
play
say,
bald.
We've
seen
if
him play
I
old
think
and
we have the
bald.
technology now to combine Jason Alexander
into
and Stanley
like
Tucci.
one sort of
Yeah,
It's a Tom
composite
Cruise.
ethnic bald guy. Yeah.
exactly. Next question. Oh, actually, before I do this question, I just want to say a fun fact about you, which is
So, my picture of Tom Cruise playing Peter Siegel is a less flashy version of Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder.
Can we not?
Just did. I mean, think about that face and that bald head that he had in Tropic Thunder, and tell me that that is not the same level of punchable as Peter Siegel.
Right. All right. If we're going on the basis of how many times he's been told he has a punchable face, I will agree with that.
That's really what I was when I was thinking about who I would cast. That's what I was thinking is who has
The most punchable face.
what I would describe as an eminently punchable face. And yeah, there are a few what's his name? Guy who played Ken in Barbie. I think he has a punchable face.
He does.
I think Gyllenhaal somewhat. I would say Owen Wilson, but he looks like somebody got there already.
Oh, yes.
Uh,
That's just proof that he does have a punchable face.
exactly. Oh God, what's his name? Zach Braff, but that's mostly because I really don't like his character in Scrubs.
Yeah.
But no, also, oh God, what is his name? Nope, it's just not there. I can't get to it. I've got a picture of his face, but I can't get to the name.
What movie is that picture from?
It's from the TV show Reboot Parenthood.
Okay.
And he's the younger, not younger, he's the like deadbeat dad out of that group, the irresponsible one. I dislike him enough that I try to forget most of the stuff he's in.
The younger one?
No, I'm not sure that he was younger. I just remember him being like the deadbeat dad and that.
Brown hair or blondish hair?
Light brown?
Peter Krause?
No.
No. Dax Shepard?
Dax Shepard. Dax Shepard. imminently punchable face.
Oh.
I'm
What is
not
that?
I just don't like the guy. Don't like him.
Alright. This is a terrible movie, but a movie is not quite right. It was more of a series.
Which one?
Do you remember the alien assassin from Lex?
Vaguely.
Yeah.
Which the played by Claudia Black?
No.
Okay.
No, like somebody like I want to say the guy's name looks like Tom Gallant.
Oh. I vaguely remember him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember Lex all that well. I've only seen it a bit of it once, so it's not stuck in there.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
And
that is entirely fair.
Not even sure Claudia Black was in Lex.
I don't see her name listed.
No, what's the one? There's one like Lex that came out at the same time. Wasn't quite like Lex. That Claudia Black was in. She essentially played the live-action two-eyed version of Leela from Futurama.
Okay.
This is some deep pop culture stuff. I think we're losing the audience on this.
I mean, we could be, but they, unfortunately, anybody that is here has been here before and they understand.
Yep.
Farscape, I think, is the one you're thinking of.
Farscape, yeah.
I think that's the one you're thinking of for Claudia Black.
Yeah.
Anyway, in the series, show, movie, whatever, Lex, the assassin one, he has hair, but it's always in this really weird, almost beehive ponytail thing. And it's like that, between the mannerisms and the weird hair that he is going in and out of cryostasis with, and it never changes because apparently it's frozen too. It's like, that is someone I could punch.
Okay.
It was not necessarily a show that I wanted to watch, but it was one of those cases of I did not have control of the remote, and it was what was on. So wandering through the living room, it's what I watched when I stopped.
That's fair. I'd have watched it more if I'd have had time, if I hadn't have been. It came out at a time when my interest in watching TV was waning.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't watching any TV, really.
From what I remember of it, I don't think you would enjoy watching it now because there's a lot of problematic things with that series.
90s problematic stuff. Yeah. Yup. I don't really want to go back and watch Farscape because I don't want to see that it was all problematic and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of stuff that I'm good just sort of leaving where it was.
It's a nice memory, and we do not need to go revisit it and make it worse.
Right. Yeah, I just don't have the. I'm not. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm good.
Yeah.
All right, let's press play. Oops, wrong button.
Fact about you, which is my favorite fun fact about you.
Okay.
Which is that you were the writer of Dirty Dancing 2, Dirty Dancing Havana Nights.
Yes. The original writer. The original writer who was massively rewritten to make the cinematic masterpiece that we all know and love.
Which is incredible. I think about this fact, I think, once every 2 weeks. So, this is a fact about
that's
you.
That's more often than I think about it, but okay, go on.
mbrunk98 wants to know, where and when would Dirty Dancing 3 be set if you wrote the script?
Here's the funny thing.
He wrote
First of all,
Dirty Dancing 2.
I can't answer the question because what everybody needs to know about that, if they're interested, is when I wrote the first draft of the movie that then became Dirty Dancing 2 Havana Nights, I did not know I was doing it. I was writing
What do you mean?
Well, what I mean to say is I was commissioned, this is a long time ago, by a Hollywood producer to write a movie, and the movie we came up with, again, too long to get into, was set in Cuba at the eve of the Cuban Revolution, which it turns out was like an incredibly interesting time and place that's never been adequately told and should be a movie that's not
Was it a
Dirty
drama?
Dancing. Oh, yeah, it was an absolute drama. It was centered, as Dirty Dancing 2 eventually was, on the experience of a 15-year-old girl, or late teenage, who the model for the story was 15 at the time. But be that as it may, a young American girl living in Havana who has a romance with a young Cuban guy who turns out to be involved in the revolution. And my screenplay was based as best as I could in the actual events and personalities of the time and the amazing story that transpired, blah, blah, blah. And then it was put on the shelf like most scripts are, and then it was taken down and transformed into Dirty Dancing 2 basically as a money-making opportunity because they had the rights to Dirty Dancing 2. And somebody said to the producer who had hired me to write that screenplay, hey, you've got that screenplay about the Cuban Revolution, early 2000s. Everybody loves Cuban music. Let's take that screenplay, take out all the history, all the politics, all the drama, make it about dancing and romance, and call it Dirty Dancing 2. And so that's what happened. Without, by the way, any of my...
oh my God.
Yeah. Here's a weird thing, though, about that, if people are interested. Like I said, every line of dialogue I wrote, almost every plot point, absolutely removed, in favor of stuff that made it Dirty Dancing 2. But if you do see the movie, and I don't know if I can recommend that, there is a scene toward the beginning in which the protagonist, the female lead, attends a class at a real place. It was called the ABC School. It was a private school for the children of Americans, British people, and Canadians in Havana. English school, right? And there's a scene in which a teacher remonstrates with the lead for not paying attention or something. And that actor had that part in the movie because I wrote that part for myself. When I was writing the movie, I was a young guy. I assumed I'd be on the set, right? And I had also had some acting experience, so I wrote myself a cameo. And I described the character as I looked at the time, balding guy, early 30s, nerdy. And I assumed, again, I'd be on the set, hanging out with the director, giving thoughts. And then I would play this role. Well, obviously I wasn't, but somebody got to play the role. So there is an actor in Puerto Rico, I assume, where the movie was filmed, who owes his, his residual check to my ego.
So then
that's who would play you in the movie.
That's a good idea. I never thought of that. I should look him up. But there
you go.
But the answer to the question is, I don't know because I didn't mean to write Dirty Dancing 2. It wasn't my idea. But they should know that I do believe that there is going to be an actual sequel to Dirty Dancing written by the original writer of Dirty Dancing, a woman named Eleanor Bergstrom, who wrote that movie about her own experience as a young woman in the 60s going to one of these Jewish summer camps, summer resorts. So it might be coming.
I've heard an interview, I think on Fresh Air, with her recently, and she doesn't say she's writing another one, but there's a lot of it has the feeling that another one's coming up, that this is not the end of it.
Coming your way, and you'll find out.
That's amazing.
Isn't it true?
Wow, what a story.
It's amazing.
Okay, awesome. Well, I have one last question
Please.
for today.
Yes.
It's from Dan the Fancy Man.
Dan the Fancy
He wants to know, what's your favorite underdog condiment? One that never receives top billing, but should.
An underdog condiment.
It's a great question.
Oh, here it is. Ready? Harissa. harissa.
Oh, interesting.
You know harissa? When I was
I do.
I got to live in France very briefly in the 90s. I got this writing fellowship in the south of France. It was glorious.
That is
it was amazing.
a good answer.
And I wasn't wealthy. I was a starving writer who got...
What's your answer? What do you think is a condiment that doesn't get enough attention?
Real honest to God homemade chutney.
Okay. Okay. I think chutney doesn't get the attention it deserves here in America, but chutney in Britain is a big deal.
Fair. I like harissa too. That's good.
That's a good answer. I feel like here in America, the condiments that don't get used are the ones that have the most flavor.
Mm-hmm.
The actual flavorful spice blends, things like that.
Yeah.
Hot sauces, actual real hot sauces.
Real ones, not
salsas.
just sriracha.
Yeah. I mean, sriracha is good. I don't dislike it. I used to like it until I was overexposed to it. But
in favor, sriracha got overdone in favor of other things that were good too.
Right. But yeah, I think actual flavorful spice blends.
Mm-hmm. I have seen in a lot of online cooking forums and places where people are talking about recipes and things, at least here in the US, a lot of shade being thrown on mixing pre-mixed spices. And what are you doing cooking if all you can do is go buy this pre-made spice? It's like, that is not the point.
I mean, I get why you want to get pre-put together spice. Like, for one, I can't find all the spices that I want to put in a curry.
Oh.
I can find a good number of them, but I can't find all of them. But
right.
I can get a curry that has all of them in it. Peri peri. There's one that I don't think Americans use enough.
Yeah.
A specific spice blend I don't think Americans use enough.
Yeah. You're right. But also there's just the fact of you may want curry 2 times a year, 3 times a year. And
I want curry more often than that.
Alright, the average person
okay.
may want curry 2 or 3 times a year, maybe a little bit more, and does not have room to store all 19 spices that they need to do it properly. But they can store the jar of curry powder.
Correct.
Or curry paste. Personally, I would prefer the curry paste, but that's me.
I get that.
Another one that doesn't, an actual condiment that doesn't get used very often, but is worth it, are preserved lemons.
Oh, yeah.
That's one that, I mean, I really miss some of the things that I used to get when I worked at the Moroccan restaurant, and I know how to cook them. And I have cooked them.
Mm-hmm.
But there were things that they were served with that it's a lot harder for me to find. Like, I can make the spinach dish, which was basically just chopped up garlic with oil and a couple of onions, and then you throw in frozen spinach and saute it. But what made it really good is the fact that at the very last minute, you threw in a spoonful of chopped preserved lemon.
Ooh, that sounds really good. Okay.
So you had the garlic, you had the spinach, and then from the preserved lemon, you had this citrus and salt blend.
Right.
And something like that it's good. It's really good.
Oh. Okay, this is it's kind of a condiment. It's kind of an ingredient.
Yeah.
Salt cured garlic.
Yes.
It's also kind of a nibble on its own.
Yes.
That's something, and it's something I make myself. I do myself. I'll shell garlic, and sometimes I'll chop it up a little bit. Not very fine, large chunks. Sometimes I won't. And, put a bit of salt at the bottom of the jar, put a layer of garlic, cover the garlic in salt, get it, enough salt till it's covered, layer of garlic, enough salt till it's covered, layer of garlic,
Yeah.
Until
basically like you're making sauerkraut, but not. I mean, honestly, it's the exact same way that you make preserved lemons.
Yeah, it's how you preserve, it's how you salt cure anything.
Yeah.
And the salt cured garlic comes out once it's done. It tastes like roasted garlic, but it has the consistency of candied ginger. Or candied garlic. I mean, it's not soft like roasted garlic, and it's very salty, but it does have that roasted flavor to it at that point.
Yeah. I'll have to try that. That sounds like a thing to do.
It is. And in the end, you also end up with garlic salt.
This is also important.
So, that is...
Now, when you do that, do you use the like kosher salt, big flake salt, fine ground, table salt? What you use?
I've been using kosher salt just because that's what I have on hand. What I would like to use is fine ground or flaky sea salt, something like that. But I think iodized kosher salt probably works best. Not quickest, but best. I also, just in general, prefer fine ground salt. Like, I really prefer my salt super fine ground.
Oh, yeah.
So that's just how I feel about that.
Well, next time I find garlic on sale, I'm gonna have to buy a whole bunch of it and do that.
It's worth it. It's worth it. It takes a while. It takes a good long time for especially the larger the chunks are, the longer it's gonna take. But it can take a couple of weeks to a couple of months to really get right. And the longer you let it sit, the better it is.
to be honest, the selling point is, aside from the garlic, you have the garlic salt. And I am the terrible person that's sitting here thinking about Christmas next year, and I can give out candied garlic and homemade garlic salt to certain peoples that would actually appreciate that, given their garlic intake. Yeah, exactly.
Start now. For it to be really good, start now.
Yeah. I can see explaining why people are getting garlic for Christmas next year. It's like, well, not next year, at the end of the year.
Right. Yeah. It's an idea I had.
Oh, yes. Christmas this year. Everybody is getting preserved lemons, preserved garlic, and garlic salt.
And the lemon salt.
No, because the lemons, when you do the preserved lemons that way, the salt turns viscous. So they're just kind of stored in that, and when you retrieve them,
it's a lemon brine at that point.
Exactly, it turns into a brine. And when you pull them out of the jar, you're supposed to rinse them off and then chop them up.
Oh.
But I suppose you could spread the brine.
Try this now.
Huh?
I've got to try this. This sounds like a great way to make a brine for pickles.
Might be. I mean, you could use that. I suppose you could spread the brine out on, like, parchment paper.
And dry it.
And dry it in the oven.
And reclaim the salt that way.
Yeah.
But
then you would have lemon salt.
Yeah.
That might be how you get lemon pepper salt.
Oh, that's possible. This might be a great way to make pickles. I think I might do that to try to make a couple of things of pickles, because I'm planning on starting the garden this next spring, starting the garden again, and starting the pickle plants again. And making, and I might just do that to make the brine for the pickles. That should be a salty enough and acidic enough brine that it should be shelf stable pretty easily.
You think I would still add some vinegar to that? But yeah.
I mean, yeah. Plus, I'm gonna heat it up. I've got to get it. I've got to get it pasteurized.
Yeah.
I would pasteurize it too.
Fair.
And the vinegar I'll add is I'll add like a small cap full of industrial strength vinegar.
Yes, because, as we've all seen in the last few years, the actual acidity of the vinegar has been going down because they've been cutting it with water.
Yep.
To make up their gallons.
Yep. It's no longer pickle grade vinegar. However, I keep bottles of high grade vinegar around for cleaning purposes and for pickling purposes. So, all right, back to it. Let's finish this out.
We got to go live in France, so we ate street food a lot, and one of the best things to get was a merguez sandwich merguez, avec harissa, which was, and we're in the south of France, which is a huge North African influence, especially like in street food, and it's this deliciously spicy paste from, I believe, Algeria. It's certainly North African. That is just amazing and tasty, and in the 30 years since I was there, maybe more, I have looked around in America for a brand of harissa that may be even close enjoyed, and I've come to realize that it wasn't specifically it may not have been specifically the brand of harissa they were using at those street stalls, but the fact that I was in the south of France that actually made it taste that good. But yeah, there you go. I had an answer for that one. Harissa, everybody. If you can find good stuff, it's great.
Well, if you find something good, send Peter's way.
Please,
Peter,
if there's a good harissa out there,
harissas.
if there's a good harissa out there, I want to try it.
Yes, you do. Okay, cool. Well, that's all the time we have for this bonus episode. But like I said, we had a bunch of questions for you, so we're going to have you answer some more of them in our next bonus episode in 2 weeks.
Oh, I can't wait.
It'll be Peter AMA Part 2. Yeah, it'll be awesome. Just make sure you're signed up for Wait Wait Plus to hear it. But for now, thank you for your questions, everyone. And Peter, thanks for hanging out.
Oh, it's always a pleasure, Emma.
Yeah, it really is. Well, thanks, Peter. I'm Emma Choi, and thanks for listening to and supporting Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me from NPR.
I should be signed up for NPR Plus because I'm a sustaining member. Jeez, wrong button all over. It just kept hitting the wrong buttons there. Yeah, because I'm a sustaining member. I should be signed up for NPR Plus. But I don't know what my login is or anything, so.
That's okay. We'll figure it out for next time.
Figure it out for next time, or not. We'll see. Well, thank you guys for being here. Thank you, all you viewers. Thank you, Chris in the 386. Thank you, Just Me Crystal. Much love to everybody. Thank you, all you lurkers. Stick around for the raid. And now is the time on the show when I say, as they say around here, we will be raiding out to DJ Margarita Mel of the Sunday No Pants Raid Train. As I say around here, 2 up, 2 down, VA, double deuces. We're out, y'all.